welcome to the instructional video for the art string kit. So, in the kit you're going to get some instructions, a piece of wood, some embroidery floss, a thing of nails, as well as a couple sheets of patterns. Now for these patterns we have some simple designs, but I also tried to find some fun ones. You can use these or you can choose your own image. Like, I have a picture of my dog and we can use that as a silhouette. There's also simple designs such as a house, or I did a simple search for art string patterns and I found some fun ones. Home, here's a musical note, a very pretty rose, and these all have little dots where you can nail in your design right off of the sheet of paper. What you're going to need that does not come with your kit is a hammer, some tape, and some scissors. And I am using a piece of cloth here to keep my board on top of it because I don't want to damage the table and I don't want to damage the board that I'm going to be nailing. So, first step is to pick out your image, and what I've done already is cut my picture down to the size of my board. It can be a little tricky, because sometimes you can get images that are much too big for your board. So it's going to be some trial and error if you make your own. And I cut it down, centered my image, and now I can find where I want to have my silhouette of my dog. And I'm just going to put a couple of pieces of tape on the back of the picture, so that way my picture doesn't slide around as I am nailing around it. Now we're going to take our set of nails. I'm going to set some off to the side here, and I am going to make my way around the entire outside of the image, but I specifically chose this picture because it does have a part of it that I would like to get that is going to be on the inside of the image itself. And what I'm going to make sure I do is on each corner or turn of my picture, I'm going to make sure a nail gets put there. This one is a little bit more tricky than the ones that I have in the kit, because the more detailed picture you have, the more nails and turns and twists you're going to have. It gets a little bit trickier when you have a more complicated picture to make sure you get all of your nails in securely so they don't fall out. But I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm pretty satisfied with the way it looks. As you can tell, the nails are a little bit dirty, so I got some chap. I'm just gonna slowly rip the picture off. And this is another good way to test to see if your nails are in nice. Don't worry, I have this picture saved of my cute puppy. Oh. Gotta make sure I get the tape off of here too. There we go. Ooh. There we go. Slow and steady, and it will slowly come out. All right, not too bad. I'm gonna keep my picture, although kind of falling apart, I'm gonna keep it near me to remind myself this is the little hole and where his legs are. So you got one leg here and one leg there. And then I'm gonna take something and I'm gonna try to make sure I get all my itty bitty bits out, and we'll start on using the embroidery floss. All right, so now that we cleaned up the picture, got almost everything that I could get out of my silhouette here, what I'm gonna do is I got these two colors. I'm gonna use the black for him. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take off the middle part there and slowly untwine some of this. It's going to be in a nice circle here for you. Try not to tangle this up too much for myself. As I'm going along, I'm going to try to keep most of this off to the side and not tangling up, because then it gets very difficult to maneuver further along. And how I'm going to start is I'm going to tie off one of these ends to a nail, and I'm going to start going around the outside of the silhouette. So what I'm going to do first is make a little slip knot. So that way I can tighten it nice and tight, and I think I'm just going to leave it start at the tail, and along the outside of this I'm going to go around, and on each corner I come to I'm just going to go wrap around a couple of times and make sure everything's nice and tight as I'm going along. And as you can see, small areas like this can be pretty difficult to go around because it's all very close. So we are going to see on how long this takes me. Finally made it to the other side of my my wonderful silhouette here, and I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to go around once more along the outside, even though it took me so very long to get to this point. I want to make sure the outline is nice and thick. So I made it all the way around. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to weave in and out all over and kind of fill up my my picture here. And as I'm going along, I'm circling around different nails, because again, as you tighten it, as you loosen and tighten, it's going to be, you might lose some of your design because you didn't keep it tight and looped in. of my project here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly make a slip knot on this end. There we go. And I'm going to try to use the rest of my embroidery thread. And I'm going to find a nail that I can just about reach without too much slack. Ooh, here we go. The good thing about slip knots are if you lose it, you can just finish by making a new one. All right. Oop, there we go. And then I'm just going to take the tail and I'm going to tug, 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 tug until it is nice and tight. And so now I have a little tail here where I ended, and I actually have a little tail from when I started. So you have a couple of ways you can go about this. You can either try tucking it and making it look good, or you can snip it off. Ta-da! And this one is not tucking in nicely. So I'm going to see if I can get it out. Oh, there we go. And I'm just going to go swoop. All right. And there you go. That is a string kit project. I hope everyone has fun, and remember, take your time and no rush.